Hi, I'm Jordana Michelle, lesbian love coach and creator of Women Wanting Women, the place to be to learn the secrets of how women attract each other and to find and keep lesbian love. And there are links below if you want free access to some of what I teach there. But in this video, I want to talk about red flags. And this is a big deal because red flags are evidence that the relationship you're currently pursuing is doomed and that the long-term emotional pain you're going to suffer from being with them is greater than any short-term comfort and enjoyment you'd get out of the relationship. And there are 5 red flags that are so major that they should be considered automatic deal breakers when they come up. And I'm going to go through each of them one by one. The first major red flag is if the woman you're pursuing a relationship with is abusive. If someone's treating you in a way that normal people don't treat each other in society, that's not okay. Abusive behavior is behavior more cruel than what normal people openly use with each other when they get mad or have conflicts. The way that abusive people get away with abusive behavior is by doing what's called gaslighting. To gaslight someone is to manipulate them so that they become confused about the truth. The abusive person will make their victim feel like they're the cruel one and they're the one behaving in ways that normal people should never behave, and so it's all their fault. That's why abusive relationships are the hardest to get out of and the most dangerous kind of relationship in the world. If you're with someone who's abusive, you need to get yourself the support and the protection you need so you can leave as fast as you can. There are support groups that'll help you, there are charities that will help you, and you deserve to let yourself be helped. Abuse is a major red flag and an absolute deal breaker, and there are no exceptions to this rule. The second major red flag is if the person you're pursuing a relationship with is a liar. Trust is the foundation of any functional relationship. A relationship with a person you can't trust is dysfunctional from the outset. There's no way to build a stable, connected relationship with someone if you don't know when they're telling the truth. Being with a liar is maddening, and it's an absolute deal breaker. Now, it can be tricky because liars aren't going to admit that they're lying. But people who are dishonest will tend to be dishonest with everyone else too. So if you're with someone and you notice that they're being dishonest with other people, there's a good chance they're also being dishonest with you. And that is a major red flag. The third major red flag is if the person you're pursuing a relationship with is already in a relationship with someone else. Here's a rule: never be the other woman. Even if you think they're going to leave their partner for you and you're not going to be the other woman for long, even if they tell you their current relationship is completely doomed and imminently ending, until they fully break up with that other person, there is no guarantee that they ever will. Because the thing is, breakups are hard. Breakups are extremely hard. Being stuck in a bad relationship is also hard, and that's why breakups do eventually happen, because the misery of being in the wrong relationship builds up to the point where staying with the person feels harder than dealing with a breakup. But if you come along and interrupt that person's misery by falling in love with her, then suddenly she's not unhappy at all anymore. In fact, she might be the happiest she's been in years, and so she loses the powerful incentive she had to go through with a difficult breakup. But at the same time, once you've fallen for her and slept with her, it's exponentially harder for you to walk away because the hormones our bodies release during intimacy are like drugs that intensify our feelings. But meanwhile, if the woman you've fallen for hasn't broken up yet, it means she's suddenly dancing around her partner to avoid getting caught. And instead of being focused on breaking up, she's focused on keeping the relationship and hiding your affair. And when that happens, you're left with far less power in the relationship than you had before you slept together, before you fell for her. And whenever we trade away our power like that, we become less desirable in the other person's eyes. It's a losing situation. Nobody is worth it for you to compromise your power and position that way. You deserve someone who can start clean and fair and single with you. If you're pursuing a relationship with someone and they're not yet broken up with the last person they were with, that is a major red flag and a major deal breaker. Stay away from her until she shows you she respects you enough to get out of her last relationship and start things with you the right way. The fourth major red flag is if you're dating someone who's not that into you. Sometimes people choose to be with someone simply because there's nobody better. They choose this because it's easier to have someone to sleep next to at night and make plans with on the weekends than it is to have nobody. When people do this, they know they're settling, which is why they always keep one eye open with the intention of leaving the minute they find somebody better. If you're pursuing a relationship with someone who's not that into you, her feelings for you are never going to change, and your relationship is not stable or safe. You're wasting your time, and you're teaching yourself the wrong message about how women see you and about what you deserve. This world is full of beautiful, open-hearted, queer women who would be just as excited about you as you are about her when you meet. Anyone who doesn't feel that way is the wrong person for you, and it's hurting your self-esteem, and the longer you stay with them, the worse off you are. If you're pursuing a relationship with someone who's not really into you, that's a major red flag, and you deserve better. The fifth major red flag is if the person you're pursuing a relationship with is someone you know is wrong for you. Whether the problem is you don't have chemistry, or you don't want the same things, or you don't have shared values, or you don't fully respect them enough, sometimes we choose to be with someone we know is wrong simply because there's nobody better. Because we don't want to be stuck alone with nobody to sleep with and nobody to spend weekends with. And maybe you're hoping that eventually they'll change. But the truth is that people don't change. Or maybe you're hoping that eventually someone better will come along and find you, so you live your life keeping one eye open. But that almost never works, because epic love requires more effort than just keeping one eye open. Epic love comes from putting yourself out there and getting outside your comfort zone and forcing yourself to grow and try new things and go new places and meet new people. And those are all the kinds of things we avoid doing when we're in a dead-end relationship with someone else. Because when there's someone already with you, it's so much easier to stay home in the same routine, and so nobody better does end up coming along. And the longer we stay in that pattern with someone we know is wrong for us, the less we believe we'll ever find somebody better, and the harder it gets to leave. If you're pursuing a relationship with someone you know is wrong for you, that's a major red flag. So those are the 5 deal breaker red flags. If any one of these 5 red flags comes up, it means the best thing you can do is end the relationship and start over. But if that happens, don't worry. It's totally okay. Because this world is full of beautiful, open-hearted, queer women who are longing for love just as much as you are. And there's a huge number of those women who you would be extremely attracted to, who would feel just as attracted to you if you were to meet. And as long as you don't self-sabotage or stay stuck in the wrong relationships, it's just a matter of time before you cross paths with one of those women. And together, you'll be happy and you'll build a life and you'll get to experience all the things you want from love. And I will be so excited for you when that day finally happens. So until next time, keep remembering that hot lesbians are everywhere, that love is real, and that the woman of your dreams is on her way into your life in perfect timing. And I will see you in the next video.